I'm right here on the ellipse of the White House, actually 2 blocks from the White House. But right behind me is the headquarters of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, one of our clients at Hammock, for whom we get to publish a wonderful magazine called American Spirit Magazine. One of the things in this beautiful building back here, in addition to Constitution Hall, which is on the back side of the building, but right here on D Street, there's a beautiful library where one of the country's best collection of genealogical information can be found. But there's also a museum and a collection of manuscripts related to pre-1830 and colonial American history. As you can expect, this being the Daughters of the American Revolution, a lot of that collection is focused on the patriots and the great leaders in those early days, the people who wrote and signed the Declaration of Independence and engaged in the fighting of the Revolutionary War. One of the great yet perhaps unsung heroes of the Revolutionary War is General Henry Knox. In Tennessee, Knoxville is named after him, and in Kentucky, Fort Knox is as well. Last year we had a wonderful story about Henry Knox in American Spirit Magazine, so I've been looking forward to seeing at the DAR a new exhibit of manuscripts and letters related to the Knox family. The new collection includes 32 documents, including letters written between Henry Knox and his wife, Lucy. To learn more about this remarkable man and his role in the Revolutionary War and the founding of the country, I sat down with Tracy Robinson, Director of Archives and History for the DAR.
So Knox had some very, very significant roles during the war, and he seemed to be everywhere at once. He was at all the major battles, as you mentioned, and specifically, he was responsible for coordinating the the transfer of 60 tons of British guns from Fort Ticonderoga, captured British guns, from Fort Ticonderoga down to Dorchester Heights near Boston, so that they could end the siege of Boston.
Well, later in the war, he was responsible for another logistical feat that we all know because of a famous painting and...
Talking about crossing the Delaware.
Yes, I mean...
And again, I think this is part of the reason why Knox is a little bit underrated, a lot underrated, is because everybody knows this is Washington crossing the Delaware, and there's the famous painting of Washington at the front of the ship, the boat crossing the Delaware on Christmas night in '76 to surprise the Hessians at Trenton. Well, actually, Knox engineered and orchestrated that managed that entire expedition, and they ended up surprising the Hessians and capturing 1,000 of them and all their supplies. Strategic-minded Knox was trusted with coordinating the artillery at the great final battle of the Revolution at Yorktown in 1781, and General Lafayette is reported to have said to Knox, "Sir, your artillery has been the wonder of the war. You fire better than the French." And of course, this was a great compliment. And if it's true, it would be it's reported to have been said. So if it's true, it's a wonderful way to really end that last battle of the war. His civil service is significant because he was the last Secretary of War under the Articles of Confederation and the first Secretary of War under the United States Constitution. So there's a lot of continuity there. And that was a time between about 1781, 1783 was Treaty of Paris, the diplomatic end of the war, and 1789 to 91 when they were drafting and ratifying the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. That was a very frightening time. I don't know if they could have defended themselves again if somebody had moved in and tried to declare war on this country again. So Secretary of War during that time was something in need of a great deal of vigilance. And again, Washington trusted him like a brother, and that's